Hello colleagues, I'm honored and excited to tell you a little bit about English language teaching in my country, Ukraine. I'd like to alert you that it's hard for me to be objective since Ukraine is a big part of my identity. So for this short video I use my so-called positivity lens, choosing not to complain or share challenges. You can call this video Zhenya's views on ELT in Ukraine. Living in the largest country in Europe, we Ukrainians don't often refer to ourselves as Europeans, hinting at the long history of being a part of USSR and a slow journey towards integrating with the rest of Europe. English started to play a lot more noticeable role here after 1991, when USSR collapsed, Ukraine became independent. English is the leading foreign language, taught in each educational stage, optional at preschool, but mandatory from primary school. As any large country, Ukraine's regions and even cities are very different. Teaching and living in Kiev, the capital, will be very different from Lviv, the west of Ukraine, or Odessa, the south, or Dnipro, where I'm from. Ukraine's ELT context, therefore, is very different. Working in the public school sector would not be the same as teaching in a private school. Having a contract with a language center is not the same as freelancing or being a part of English language fellowship program, etc. Ukraine outsources informational technology specialists throughout the world, and this results in, number one, excellent internet connection in the country, and the growing demand for English teachers, especially in large cities. This also adds another possible ELT context to work in, and that's a full-time teacher with an IT company. What excites me in working with Ukrainian students of any age, adults or young learners, is their curiosity, open-mindedness, optimism, and sense of humor. At the moment, Ukrainian learners are really motivated and goal-oriented, short-term, long-term. Many people would like to study or work abroad, and some need the language at the current job, communicating with a customer or partner, and some are actively traveling. International testing systems or exams are gaining popularity also, so this often is a sub-goal that students want to reach. So here I'm trying hard to hold my positivity lens and express a hope that people who leave Ukraine for work or study would eventually come back and continue to build our future. Goal-oriented students are demanding, and this motivates teachers to do their best to develop. The colleagues I've been fortunate to work with in Ukraine are amazingly creative, critical thinkers, able to bring life and passion to sometimes boring course books, curriculum, and here I'm grateful for the internet connection providing options. Ukrainian colleagues, Ukrainian teachers are constantly learning, attending webinars, online courses, joining weekend trainings, conferences, getting together as a reflective practice group, becoming international examiners, trying out new formats of teaching online and blended courses, etc. Last year we had educational reform, and that offered more choices to public school sector teachers as to where they can develop professionally, and that's a plus. Living at the times of constant change has made our teachers here more hardworking, resourceful, flexible, creative, keeping with the market demands and the needs of the learners. Many colleagues I know have become freelance professionals, partially following what we call a Ukrainian characteristic feature of wanting to be in charge of our own small business, take care of it, and take care of the customers, and etc. If I could share my dream for ELT in Ukraine, that would be a new approach to TESOL department at universities, so that new teachers entering the job were equipped with knowledge and skills of modern methodology, and so that their language proficiency skills were excellent, and so that they could be in love with teaching and people. Such teacher would not need to spend their money and time later on for expensive Western kind of courses, and they could fully focus on engaging their learners in meaningful communication in English. So I see my own role here in making a small step, of coaching new local trainers, facilitating one or more reflective practice group, blogging, a little bit presenting, communicating. As a part of that dream, I think my role of a teacher, educator would become eventually redundant, which is great. Okay, hope this short presentation will be a springboard for a lot of new conversations for you at the conference and for us here in Ukraine with my colleagues afterwards. Thank you for your attention and enjoy the rest of the session.